So on today's episode of Ready to Go, we're ready to eat. So on today's episode, we're doing something a little different. We're going to find the 10 famous foods of Montreal and Canada. In Montreal, food is not just sustenance, it's a celebration of culture and community. Whether you're exploring local specialties or indulging in international flavors, Montreal offers a diverse and exciting culinary experience for food lovers of all kinds. We spend 2 weeks in various neighborhoods looking for the unique quick eats that represent Montreal and Canada within the city. Yes, we will have bagels and smoked meat, as well as a few drinks and some lesser-known food items. So to come and taste the 10 famous foods of Montreal, I've enlisted the help of another great world traveler, my cousin, Alexandra. Hey, everyone! Alexandra's also traveled extensively around the world. She also speaks 6 languages fluently. So we're very excited to get started and taste everything. Let's eat! Okay, so for this Montreal food item, it's actually more of a Canadian drink that's only made in Canada, and we're talking about the Bloody Caesar, as you see below. Now you can get a Bloody Caesar in pretty much any bar or restaurant in Canada that serves alcohol. Tonight we're going to get one here at the Keg. What we want to do is get a very classic Bloody Caesar. Many bars make funky versions that are more creative and in different cups, but today we want just the classic Bloody Caesar, and we'll put the recipe down below in the description. We'll see you inside. So we'll let Alexandra have the first taste.
I prefer to take my condiments out.
You don't eat them?
Of course I eat them, but not before having tasted the drink first.
So you not being specifically a seafood lover, but the clamato, you like it?
I absolutely love it. You don't really taste it, but it gives it that je ne sais quoi that really elevates the drink, and it's so simple but yet so tasty. This is my favorite drink.
So at the Keg, they put a fava bean on top of it. It's just, random vegetables in your cocktail. We love it. Come to Canada and try a Bloody Caesar. Okay, so for our next stop, we're here at Mr. Steer. Mr. Steer's been around since 1958, and it's often been voted best burger in Montreal. They make their own burger patties, and Alexandra and I will go find out if it's really one of the best. As noted on their site, Mr. Steer owes its long-standing reputation to its famous Steer burger. From the first bite, you'll note that only the finest cuts of beef and freshest ingredients are used. You'll also appreciate Mr. Steer's famous seasoning, a signature flavor that makes the renowned Montreal burger one of a kind. For our order, we opted to share a platter of 2 Mr. Cheeseburgers and upgraded our fries to a poutine, another famous Quebec specialty. So we did not just order a burger at Mr. Steer, but also a poutine. So this is one of our 5 poutine tastings. At the end of this video, we will tell you what has been our favorite poutine, and we'll write it down on a piece of paper, so we may have different answers to that question. So let's try this. It's good. I mean, you can't go wrong with fries, cheese, and gravy all mixed in together, but the sauce has an actual good flavor.
Agreed. And that cheese is nice and melted, and I'm really enjoying the fries.
Okay, so let's have our taste of the Mr. Steer burger, which is what they call, well, this is actually a cheeseburger, and You can choose actually from 3 different types of cheeses. So let's try it. Sarah was right. Our waitress, Sarah, she chose the cooking and the cheese and the toppings, and she was very much right. It is very good. So one of the things that's special about Mr. Steer is that you can also order the beef patties uncooked and take them home, so you can prepare them on your own barbecue at home. So from 2 people who love burgers, would you say this is one of the best in Montreal?
Yes, I would say so. Absolutely. I love the simplicity and just juicy burger patty. The condiments also very simple. It's going to be a repeat for me for sure.
And they grind the beef here as well, so everything is made on the spot. Hi everyone, we're here at Montreal's Orange Julep. It's the giant orange ball right off the highway. What they do here is a special drink called julep, which is orange juice mixed with ice cream. So I tried it years ago. I will try it again today with Alexandra, and we'll see how it tastes. So you place your order at the counter, they pour you the julep, and then you wait for your order here. There's no number, they don't call out names, they just call out whatever the order is. So hopefully no one has the same order with you. So I'm going to have my first taste of orange julep in maybe 10 years. I'm not a huge fan of juices in general, but let's try. I definitely see why people like it, because it's very sweet and you really do taste ice cream and orange juice. And although that sounds weird, it is pretty good. But I will pass it on to Alexandra.
Well, I actually do not need to taste it because I will be gulping it down in just a few moments.
It's gonna be gone.
It's gonna be gone. I find that the mix works really, really well. It's an excellent taste, and I like to have it. So we took it as a trio, and I usually have it as dessert.
On top of this, we got steamed hot dogs, which is sort of another Montreal specialty. They call them steamies in Montreal. So steamed hot dog. We took it all dressed, so it looks like this.
And all dressed consists of relish, coleslaw, onions, and mustard.
So that's the hot dog. And now we will try another poutine. It's obviously impossible to try every single poutine in Montreal because you can find poutine pretty much anywhere. So let's try this one.
Poutine in one hand, hot dog in the other. I don't think that there's more Montreal than this.
And julep next to you.
Of course.
That's how you want it. You want it to be cheesy that way.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I see why she recommended it.
Told you.
It's definitely up there. Another thing, Orange Julep serves breakfast all day, so that's always a plus. So that's another idea. So if you come to Montreal, definitely stop at the Orange Julep. Bagels is one of the longest running bagel shops in Montreal. They've been open since 1957 and they run 24 hours a day. St. Viator Bagels is renowned for its hand-rolled wood-fired bagels. These bagels are boiled in honey-sweetened water before being baked in a wood-burning oven, which gives them a distinct flavor and texture. The bagels are typically smaller and denser than their New York counterparts, with a slightly sweet taste and a chewy interior. They're available in various flavors, including sesame, poppy seed, cinnamon raisin, and more. The original location is on St. Viator Street in the Mile End neighborhood of Montreal, but the bakery has gained international recognition and its bagels are now shipped to customers across Canada and the US who want to savor the unique taste of Montreal-style bagels. Visit their site, stviatorbagel.com, to place your order.
And what I love the most is that when you come and pick them up at the bakery, they are hot. So you can just eat them, I'll call it raw, like this, or toast them. And what's great about St. Viator bagels is that when you do toast them, the inside remains very soft, while the outside gets crunchy, so you get the best of both worlds. Cheers! Okay, so in the same neighborhood as St. Viator Bagel, this neighborhood is called the Mile End. You'll also find a bunch of other historic Montreal hotspots to eat. One of them being Wolinski. It's been open since 1932 and they serve their Wolinski special, which has been made the same way since they opened. You cannot order it differently. That's just the way it is. So let's go inside and check it out.
The Wolinski Special is a simple yet iconic sandwich that consists of a pressed combination of beef salami and beef bologna served on a roll with mustard. The small, old-fashioned diner has retained its original decor and charm, making it a must-visit destination for those interested in Montreal's food culture and history. The 1974 film The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz, starring Richard Dreyfuss, was also filmed here. When ordering a special, you should know a thing or two. It is always served with mustard. It is never cut for you. Don't ask us why. Just understand that this is nothing new. This is the way that it's been done since 1932.
So Alexandra's having the first bite. Does it taste traditional? This is really good. In my 32 years, I had never tried this and I'm very excited. No, never.
There you go.
Never tried it. Yay!
Egg salad for the cheese sandwich. We have egg salad. Make an egg salad sandwich.
I concur with Alexandra. So for our next stop today, always in the Mile End area, we have Café Olympico, one of Montreal's best coffee institutions. Let's go in and try a bunch of different types of coffee.
Café Olympico has been a fixture in Montreal's Mile End neighborhood since it first opened its doors in 1970. The cafe is renowned for its excellent coffee. They serve a variety of espresso-based drinks, iced coffee, and other specialty coffee beverages. These guys take their coffee seriously.
So what's nice about Café Olympico is that they have this really nice courtyard outdoors where you can sit, and we all took a little something different. I decided to take the café à la crema, which is sort of a coffee cream. So it's sort of like a mixture between coffee and ice cream, and it's pretty delicious. What are you doing? And what did you have, Alexandra? So I decided to take a iced latte with a miniature Nutella stuffed croissant. So I'm very excited to try both. I will go with this one first. Perfect for the day that we had. I took standard milk, but they also offer oat milk. Okay.
Next stop, a very traditional Quebec dessert. We headed to a spot called La Binerie Mont-Royal, a restaurant famous for serving traditional Québécois comfort food such as pâté chinois, also known as shepherd's pie, baked beans, and pudding chômeur. JP will tell us exactly what is a pudding chômeur.
So what we have here is a vanilla cake cooked in brown sugar syrup. So right here what you see on the bottom of the dish is the residue brown sugar syrup and the vanilla cake just on top. You do have the cream on the side there to go on top. As we say, everything is better with cream, so definitely add that on there. You won't regret it, for sure.
And if you translate pudding chômeur to English, what does that translate to?
That is poor man's pudding.
Poor man's pudding.
Yeah, exactly. Poor man's pudding sounds better than unemployment pudding. But, it is definitely poor man's pudding is the correct, because a lot of places you'll see unemployment. Like, what? Yeah, so poor man's pudding is the correct translation for that.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, JP.
Yeah.
All right, let me have a taste. It's very good. So in some restaurants, in fancier restaurants, they sometimes serve it with ice cream. But as JP was explaining, the traditional version is just with cream because it's the poor man's pudding. Hi everyone, so for our next poutine tasting, we're going to a place that actually specializes in poutine called Poutineville. Let's head inside. Poutineville is a popular chain of poutine restaurants in Montreal known for its creative and customizable approach to poutine, allowing customers to choose on a checklist from a variety of toppings and sauces to create their own unique poutine combinations. Okay, so here at Poutineville, we just ordered the classic regular poutine for our tasting. Already, I love how crispy the fries look. I know that you're keen on that. That is very good. I like when the fries are crispy. Some people like the more traditional mushy fries, but this is definitely more up my alley. And yes, I really like it. Quebec is the largest producer of maple syrup in the world, accounting for over 70% of global production. The sugar maple trees are tapped to collect their sap, which is then processed into maple syrup. Tapping typically begins in late winter or early spring, what we call sugar shack season, when the temperatures fluctuate between freezing at night and above freezing during the day. This temperature variation causes the sap to flow from the roots up into the tree trunk. Once collected, the sap is transported to the sugar shack, where it's boiled down to evaporate the excess water, concentrating the sugars and turning it into syrup. Welcome to my kitchen. So, maple syrup, in general, maple syrup comes in broadly two grades. You have the amber grade, which is your regular table syrup, which is used for pancakes, waffles, and so on. And that's sort of an amber color, such as this one. And then you have the darker grade of maple syrup, like this one. You can see it's much darker. It has a more robust flavor, and this one is used more for cooking and baking. Now, in terms of pricing, just to give you an idea, this amber syrup in a plastic bottle came out to $10 Canadian, and it's 500 ml, which is approximately 17 ounces. So the bottle or the type of container will also have an effect on the price. This one, which is actually half the quantity, was $11 Canadian. So more expensive for half the quantity. Why? Because it's the darker grade. This one is certified organic, and it's distributed by Antonio Park, who is a celebrity chef in Montreal. So trying out one of his restaurants would also be a great experience for any foodie. The least expensive way to buy maple syrup is buying it in a tin can. So what we like to do is to buy large tin cans and then transfer them to a glass bottle and refrigerate it. Now, as long as the bottles remain unopened, maple syrup does not need to be refrigerated. It can be stored in your pantry for up to 3 years. And once it is open, then it needs to be refrigerated. Besides pancakes, what do we put maple syrup on? I like to mix it with salty, so do a sweet and salty type of flavor. So I like to put it on eggs, on bacon, basically any type of breakfast food. Another thing that's popular here in Quebec are maple cookies. And these cookies are basically shaped like a maple leaf as such. And they're basically shortbread cookies with a maple cream filling, and they are delicious. Okay, so let's give it a little try. You know, there's no right or wrong quantity. It's whatever you like. So just to let you guys know, my husband, Ricardo, he's in the food distribution business, but he was an executive chef for 20 years, and he decided to make some crepes from scratch just so I could do this video for you all. So big thank you to Ricardo. It's really good. Okay, so before we get to our very last food stop and do our last few poutine tastings, I would like to ask you to please subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications bell so that you never miss out on any new episodes, and give the video a like if you like it. Hi everyone, so on this special stop of our famous foods of Montreal, we are at the world famous Schwartz Deli. Here's where you can get the most amazing smoked meat sandwich. What's important to know is that in the US, you cannot get a smoked meat sandwich based on an old law where you can't really do the smoked meat with the same process. So in the US, you mostly have corned beef, while in Montreal, you actually have smoked meat. And another thing to mention is that although it is the end of August, in Montreal, the weather is nor here nor there. So it can either be boiling hot or cold. So if you see people walking behind me in shorts and then the next person's wearing a winter jacket, that's all totally normal. So Tim is going to explain to us what the best choices are on the menu.
The choice would be the smoked meat sandwich, which is what we're known for. It's a smoked meat sandwich cut in half with a bit of mustard on it. And then you got choices of having side orders as a pickle, French fries, coleslaw, peppers, poutine. And if not, we also got steak or liver as well.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Tim's recommendation of a black cherry cola blended really well with the savoriness of the smoked meat. As you can see, the menu is in both French and English, and it includes other popular items such as the side dill pickle, frankfurter, and liver steak. How is it? Is it as good as ever?
As good as ever.
Schwartz's Deli has a unique atmosphere with its old school decor and communal seating, adding to the overall experience of enjoying a classic Montreal smoked meat sandwich. It's a must-visit destination for food enthusiasts looking to savor a taste of Montreal. When you Google what is the best poutine in Montreal, this place often comes up as the answer. It's called La Banquise. They've been open since 1968 and they are open 24 hours a day. So we're gonna take it to go because it's very crowded in there very often, and we'll leave it on some picnic benches nearby. So let's go check it out. Okay, so we just picked up our poutine from La Banquise. So what we wanted to do here is order a special type of poutine, which is the cabane à sucre poutine. So the Sugar Shack poutine, which has maple syrup and I believe bacon on it. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. They always come near me. It's really annoying. We don't like bees. So we think the bee is gone, so we'll try this again.
So also there seems to be some Swiss cheese and perhaps some
I don't know
ham.
what this is.
I think it's ham.
Ham. So ham, Swiss cheese, the regular cheese curds,
And bacon.
maple syrup, and bacon. So I'll try to get everything at once in one bite. But I don't think there is gravy. See?
It looks like there is. It may be maybe just down there.
It's definitely different because it's not salty. So if you like that sweet and salty
Combination.
mixture, we'll see at the end of all this what was the winning poutine for both of us. I'm not a fan of wooden cutlery. So for our last poutine stop of the week, we're actually combining two Montreal foods, which are poutine and smoked meat. How is the smoked meat poutine?
I'm really enjoying it. What's interesting is that this poutine doesn't have cheese curds, but rather it's shredded mozzarella.
Okay, so now we will each write what our favorite poutine was, and then we will present our vote. So just to recap, so we had poutines at Mr. Steer. We had a poutine at Poutineville, La Banquise, at the Big Orange Julep, and we had the smoked meat poutine at Jerry's Smoked Meat. So this is our favorite poutine, and the big reveal is Mr. Steer for me.
Orange julep for me.
You see? So when you Google and other places come up, just know that favorite poutine can vary by person. For me, it was Mr. Steer because I found that the gravy just had a unique flavor that other places just don't have. And for yourself?
Yeah, so for me, my favorite one was the orange julep poutine, simply because the mix was just really spot on for me. I really liked the fries, the gravy, and the cheese, and it was, the cheese was actually melted, which is something that I really enjoy.
So there you have it.